Hello, we're here today with Jeffrey, Isaac, and Kevin, and they're going to talk to us about developing an early college IT CS math program using Python.
Thank you. I'm Kevin Reed from Northern Virginia Community College. I'm full-time faculty here. My two colleagues are adjuncts at Nova, the second largest community college in the nation, and they are both full-time high school teachers in Arlington County Public Schools. Excuse me, I've developed an allergy to California. This started as an initiative about 4 years ago now, and we were discussing it earlier today, just trying to restore in our own minds the actual history. And it was so low-key that we can't pinpoint precise dates and times. Well, it seems like when this happened, this was already going on, that sort of thing. But we had essentially a very low-key initiative in the beginning to sort of set up the mechanisms to experiment with the idea of taking high school students and, of course, teaching them what we call dual enrolled courses, so they're doing college-level work. Often in a high school, just as likely right now on our campus, we run a summer program where the students come and they're completely incorporated into the campus, and again doing a college level material for initial programming and math as well. It seems to be working out extremely well. It's popular with parents because their kids are actually picking up bona fide, certified college credits, which can be used. We had one student that effectively entered Virginia Tech, one of our bigger state universities, as a sophomore because of the amount of credits that he has done. In fact, I can't claim that this is directly the result of our little initiative, because we're very small fish, as a manner of speaking, but the Commonwealth of Virginia has just this past legislative session established a bill 1184, which now stipulates that within the illustrious Commonwealth, students will graduate with a year minimally of college credit. And this is going to be a phased-in process, but again, the idea is that we really should be preparing students both for their academic adventure going on to a four-year institution or for the workplace. Because, of course, the Department of Labor has stated that the minimum entry-level credential for the 21st century is now an associate's degree, whereas somebody could come home from World War II whenever 30, 40, 50 years ago and build a nice middle-class existence with a high school diploma. Those days are gone. So we need to be introducing this material down into the high schools as quickly as we can. Now, that expertise belongs to my two esteemed colleagues over here. It's Mr. Elkner that's teaching them Python.
Hi, I work at the Arlington Career Center, and about 5 years ago, we got a grant from the National Governors Association to start a STEM initiative with dual enrollment as one of its goals. I've been an active member of the Python community for a long time, so naturally I wanted to gear our curriculum toward Python, and working with Kevin Reed, we developed a career studies certificate program with the idea of Django being the capstone experience, so that they'll start out absolute beginners, learn some programming, learn HTML and web design, and by the time they finish a 2-year certificate program, they'll be able to sling some Django code is the goal. And as another side part of that, I work with a colleague in my school who is a math teacher, and we're also doing mathematics integration with the IT program. So I will now pass it to Isaac Zawolo.
All right, I'm Isaac Zawolo. Well, I come into this, as my colleague said, we started this thing about 4 years ago. We work with students who would not normally go into the computer science programming track. They are non-traditional students of those areas, those mostly minorities and women. And so one of the things that I bring to the table is the fact that there's usually this phobia when it comes to math. So my involvement is to provide some level of integration with math and computer science so that it can make it more accepting and more understandable to the students. To facilitate that, Mr. Elkner, Jeff, and I are working on a textbook which is called Finite Math with programming in Python. We're going to incorporate programming in Python into teaching finite math. We've tried this before in the past with pre-calculus. We hope to do it in the future, but what these opportunities provides is that it provides students with an opportunity to learn basic skills in Python while at the same time developing their knowledge of math to improve their opportunities in being able to do scientific computing.
It's been I should just follow up with what Isaac said. It's been a very, very important part of this initiative for us. We have no charge per se, but it's a very, very important initiative, part of this initiative, that we attract non-traditional students. The high school jurisdiction that these gentlemen teach in is one of the wealthiest in the country. And so we want to give the opportunity to everyone.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We appreciate it.